and welcome to Gulfstream today on this picture-perfect Sunday afternoon. It is Samantha Perry and Ron Nicoletti, and Ron, we didn't mess up chairs here. You're letting me host, huh?
No, you said I'm hosting. I
I-
didn't have a choice. It's
This
going
is
to be
true.
fun. I'm trying to look around, and it feels weird me sitting on this side, but I think we can get through it. I know you're an excellent host.
Well, I learned from the best, and you got to teach a young dog new tricks sometimes.
Yep.
Can't leave it all up to the old dog, Ron.
She's starting early today.
I
so
am.
let's
We've got a lot to go. We've got 10 races on this beautiful Sunday afternoon here. We're fast. We're firm. Ron Rainbow. We've got I think $75,000.
$75,000 this afternoon. It was a fun day yesterday. I looked at it. It was a little tough to
Yeah,
hit
that
it.
last race was really tough.
Yeah, it's just so 75,000, and that's going to kick off when? I forgot.
In race number 5. All right, 5 alive. But in race 1, we're 5.5 furlongs on the Tapeta track here. A maiden 12-5 event. The 7, I'm not even going to try to say, and the 9 Battle Anthem are out of this spot here. And we have Brian's early pick 5 to kick things off here. And we'll take a look at it. Brian, like you always say, Ron, just leaves tickets here, there, and everywhere. And a lot of coverage in races 1 and 2, Ron.
Yeah, who's this single in race? He's got the 6
see.
drama on top. That looks like the speed in race number 3.
Yeah, it does. That's a very bold single there. And then he has another single in race 5 of the 5, Bullet Blues. I like it.
Well, let me check that one out. Yeah,
Yeah.
all right. He's doing okay. Yeah, I like that. He's got lots of coverage,
Yep.
and it's $32. Great way to start the day. And he's doing the right thing. There's a lot of this is wide open. You
Yeah,
know.
yep, it really is. And, I thought that there was maybe some prices that you could mess around with here. But to get it going, you went with the inside. What it is for Mike Yates.
Yeah, dropping to the 12.5 level, turning back to a sprint distance today after coming off the bench. You look at that last race, track the pace. He weakened late, going around 2 turns. Mike Yates has got the apprentice, Luis Fumayor. And I just think the classic turnback move would be good for this horse.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. And the 6, we just have our exactas. Flip-flop, Genuine Gomo has not been seen in some time, but switching to the barn and a big class drop.
Yeah, he was in Todd Pletcher's barn
Yep.
before that. And then, the current favorite now, very early in the wagering, the 5. I don't know.
Yeah, second time could improve, I guess, for the Oscar Gonzalez barn. That I felt like has been a bit slow this Royal Palm meet, which is actually today's the end of it.
Yeah,
We start
that's
Sunshine
right.
Meet.
That's the Sunshine Meet.
Yeah.
That's right. Today is closing day of the Sunshine Meet.
Yeah.
Now, we don't have mandatory payouts and
No.
all the things. These meets in Florida are different now. They don't.
Yes.
We used to have to pay out everything,
Yeah.
which we seem to do every other week anyway. So.
We do that, but that's what keeps us on our toes here. And for an old guy like you, it helps you stay alive. All right, race 2. It's a claiming $8,000 level, 1.70 miles. These are for the 3-year-olds or 4 and up, which have never won 3 races. A Coney Life, the number 2, will run with no hind sneakers. The 5, Big Boy Jack, is out. It still leaves a really full field. And the 7, Willingness. Is this your long shot?
This is my long shot today,
Nice.
very early on the card. I tell you why, he moves to the Frank Reglabuda barn. He's been on fire.
Yeah.
Goes off the claim, cuts back a little bit. After setting the pace, he just got nailed. That was going around, 2 turns, a mile in the 16th on the Tapeta. And Lino Reyes rides for the new connections. I'm just going to go with the hot bunt. 8-1 on the morning line, taking a little bit of a price there. Do we show Brian's pick 4, though?
It's probably just a run back, so we'll let him show. But it is the start of a pick 4 there. This is a good pick, and he's got speed to boot, and that helps a lot. The number 8 here, looking for Roses. Huge figure last time out, just missed for the win and was right behind Willingness.
Yeah, he's the one to beat,
Yeah,
without a doubt.
right
I mean,
front.
I'm trying to get a little cute here, but just because of the
Yeah.
hot connection. So that's how I saw the second race, and I threw the 3 in. Pet Matter does his best running,
Yep.
but that's sort of his Achilles heel. He doesn't seem to, he finishes 4th. Got to have more speed.
Yeah, he does. He's kind of his own worst enemy here because unless it melts down early, he just is too far out the back and there's not enough real estate to get it. But I do feel like looking at Roses is probably a really big player and what could be a wide open spot. And you saw Brian's early pick 5 ticket. He sees it very similar. Now, race 3, we get into some maiden special weight action for the state bred fillies. 6.5 furlongs on that fast main track. We've been dodging the raindrops. It's been awesome.
Yeah,
Been really
every day
lucky.
they say we're going to get nailed with rain, and we haven't gotten a
Been-
bit of rain.
thank
We've been on the
goodness.
turf all weekend long.
Yeah.
I hope we didn't put the hoodoo on that
I
right now.
know. Yeah. Well, we'll find out. But this third race drama blinkers off now in the Saffy Joseph barn.
Yeah, and like I said, it's Arundel homebred, got speed. It hasn't been seen in a while, but I just think going this one, for Raylu Gutierrez in the saddle. I think he rode in New York yesterday, so I took that late flight home.
Yeah.
So
He
see
made it
that.
back in time. And,
Yeah.
in his last race, too, her last race, I don't want to beat her up too much because I think she is probably the likeliest winner. She's got speed, but she really threw the towel last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to really, you just the connections that makes you put on. Now, Brian's single in there. I like you. I'm going to use the 2-horse in there too.
Yeah.
Cavalry Much is stretching out today.
Yeah, and the blinkers go on, and we'll look at a replay. And this is, Ron, just the mid-stretch to a little bit of the gallop out because I felt, and it takes a little bit to really see this gallop out here, but she was very unhurried early on and made a nice move at the end. And here, I know she runs third. The 7 is closing in a bit. Mythical Bell and Riley Tolley, who ran yesterday at Saratoga. But if you play this and we keep watching here, Ron, I think it's super significant to note. So the 7 is gone goodbye, but watch to very much once they zoom out. Look, just goes right on by.
Right.
Can't even pull him up.
Yeah,
Jesus Rios.
Oh, that's interesting. I had to see that. So yeah,
And won at furlong extra today.
Yeah, I had to use both. For my
Yep.
ticket, like Brian said, and then we both had. I thought La Rodada stretching out. He ran behind that sharp Susan
Yeah.
Stakes winner Tessalate, going 5 furlongs. Huber Dominguez is the
Yeah,
trainer.
and the third place finisher came back to win as well. I think Brian stat boyed up a stat for Mike Yates. We'll take a quick look at it. We'll see what it is
Stat
here.
boy.
Here we go.
Second time starter, boy, he's good. Look
Yeah.
at that. You think always first time starters with Mike Gates.
Yeah,
Look at that. Wow.
that's really a good sign for him, and he's got some live bullets in this weekend with our first leg of the Florida Sire Stakes. Now, race number 4. It starts the Tropical Turf Pick 3 on the 1 mile on the turf course. We'll take a look at my Tropical Turf Pick 3 ticket. It also has a very ever popular middle pick 4. Yeah.
On the weekend, yes.
Oh, yes. So the 8 here for me. In race number 6, Ron, I am spreading. I've got Irideo in the mix. Risa Rolex is a horse I think is a must-use as well. Just 1 for 1 on the grass. And then all the way in the finale, I have Mischievous Scout on top, the number 5. So $48 play.
Yeah, but they get that $1 million
They
horse.
do.
in
I'm
there.
using it too. Yeah.
So, yeah, $48. This thing pays great, as you know.
Yeah,
so.
yesterday it paid really good. There was a huge upset. Well, the first race was tough, and there was a huge upset in the last. But if you can get lucky, it does pay very well. Now, middle pick 4, you said Brian has got that one?
Yeah, I saw him put it. I do it on 11 races.
Saturdays, yeah. So there you go. And in race 6, he's got the single. Who is that?
Let's check that out.
Irideo. That's right. He likes this horse a lot today.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think that horse
Really?
has a good shot if he can, be up and on it some. But a $20 play for him. A lot of coverage in race 7, and of course that Rainbow 6 starts in race number 5. Now this race here, 66 feet is the rails for this 1 mile event. What a knockout! The number 2 will be ridden by Edgar Perez, and the weight now is 125. Omega Miss is out. I do scratch into the 8, Ron. Did you always have the 8 on top?
No, I had the 5 on top too. Yeah, no,
so
that
we
was
both did the
it
same.
almost was going to be my best bet, but that's for another day. So Bravo Kitten's the only 2-time winner on the Gulfstream Park turf course.
Yeah.
He moves to the Fernandez, but I thought this was a great claim for $8,000 because this horse runs well on the turf. Luca Panici, I think he runs well in here, and Fernando had the other horse. He's leaving this one in.
Yep.
What do you read into that?
Well, I think it's a good thing. You only need 1 horse to win the race. We'll look at a stat, too, for Fernando Abreu that Brian found. I believe this is off the claim, but let's check it out. There you go, 20%. That's pretty good first off the claim.
Look at that return of investment. Oh, my goodness,
Yeah.
372.
That's pretty good there. She's just a true turf horse. Some of these, if we got some rain at 237, could be big players like Pemberley, and you have heard that horse a little further down. But Seeking by the Storm, this is a speed play for you, right?
Yeah. So I just thought that horse would run well in that particular spot. Drops, returns to the turf. This horse doesn't win much.
No.
But if you look at his past performances, the 2 times he won, I believe it is, he won on the front.
Yeah.
This turf course likes horses that run on the front, so I threw this one in my ticket.
Yeah, I think that's a huge play, and that's one if I was spreading deeper in my tropical turf pick 3, you just can't beat the speed that she could just sneak away there. So that is 4 of them. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we have Rainbow Ron's Rainbow 6 ticket. We'll be right back.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access Past Performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access Past Performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Samantha Perry and Ron Nicoletti on this beautiful Sunday Fun Day. Ron, you've got a little song that you like about Sunday Fun Days, don't you?
Yeah, the old Florida Derby song. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Sunday, we sing it every Florida Derby. It's a tradition in our office every year to sing it.
And we've got the lyrics, too.
Yeah, boy, we sound terrible, but it's a lot of fun.
But it's not Florida Derby Day, but it feels like it because it's so much fun being here with this guy. But we've got the Rainbow 6 that does kick off in race number 5, and it starts off on the fast main track. We'll look at Ron's ticket right now. You talk us through it.
Yeah, we'll talk about the 5th race in a moment. Race number 6, I went 4 deep. That's that race that he's a Rolex. They're all Tapeta horses, but they're really good horses. So I went deep in there. I was a little confused. I thought maybe we'd come off the grass.
You confused?
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Race number 7, I have the 6 on top, and that is Roxy. Jockey changed to Jonathan Ocasio. Of course, Edgard's going to be riding White Barrier.
Amazing. So awesome in race 5,
Yep, race 5 at Saratoga. Going to wish them a lot of luck. Race number 8, just too deep for me. You got, Mom's Martini certainly gets an olive for the way she ran in the last couple of races. There's my single. I think the 5 is really gifted by design. I like that horse a lot this afternoon. And in the last race, it's tough. 3, 7, and 8 for me. The 7, you don't know what you're going to get. $1 million horse, Saffie Joseph Jr. He's going to be favored no matter what. But I don't know if you can't single him or anything.
No,
like that.
it's a hard one to trust, but we'll see how it all shakes out.
And guess what?
What?
It's only 43.20.
Hey, that's all it takes to hit it. Sometimes less than that, so I like it. Now, this 5th race, you're using 3 of them here. The 2 Sentenza is out. It is a field of 7, and the 5 Bullet Blues, and this was Brian's single in his early pick 5.
Yeah, I like this horse too. He's turning back to 6 furlongs. Solid return to the main track in which he finished 2nd for Leah McCannis as Marcos Meneses at the top of Bulligon Strain. And just look at that race, and I think that's why I went with it. She woke up on the main track last time out.
Yeah, definitely. And he's tried so many different things, and this is his jam here, it seems like. The number 1 to the inside, Mighty Murphy, certainly looks like the pace presence here.
Yeah, and I think he's dropping into winning spot. He returned from that extended layup, and like you said, he set the pace. He faded, but he needed that race for Carlos Navarez.
Yeah.
So I just think he's a logical one. And the other horse, 44, coming back on 7 days rest.
I know, and 44 was a really impressive winner that day, and you get an apprentice aboard as well. I mean, this horse could sometimes when these lower level horses, when they finally break through, they can win again.
And the jockey, Yoba Torres, I think he had 2 wins yesterday, or 3 wins yesterday.
Very
He's doing
good.
very well.
Yes,
so
very good.
I thought those were the logical 3, but I didn't use your 6.
Well, this is my long shot here.
Oh.
This is the second time that he's going to try the main track, and I like this move here. He's one that he's just been stuck in neutral at the 5, 5.5, and now we'll get 6 furlongs. It makes a big difference. The works on the main track, of course, just on paper, seems like he handles it fine. So why not try something like this?
Why not?
At a nice price as well. So race 6, we get into some gritty action here on the grass course. This is 5 furlongs, allowance optional claimers. The number 1 Sultan the Great is out, as well as the 8 and the 9 Cosmic Speculation and Saybrook. I have my late pick 5. We'll take a quick look at it here. This was a tough tough sequence for me, Ron. I am spreading quite a bit in races 6 and 7. In race 8, this is my best bet, Crafty Collector. Now, I'll say this. If I had to use another one, it would be the 4 and the 6. It's a scratch down field, but Crafty Collector got a trip last time. We'll talk about it a little bit later. In race number 9, the 3 on top for me, D-May Poppy, and in race number 10, I've got the Mischievous Scout, and I have the aforementioned $1 million filly. $32 is the play here. This is a race where Brian has his best bet of Irideo. Are you for or against him
I'm
here?
against it.
Okay.
I was, like I said, I was confused. Reza Rolex, Mr. Narcissistic. I think the connections might have been doing
for
a
rain.
rain dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing a little bit of rain dance. But I like you did, I just find it wide open.
Yeah.
And Brian is good at it. He might have spotted something. He knew they were on the grass.
Yep.
I didn't use them. You used them third. I missed them totally.
Risa Rolex has done nothing wrong on the grass course, but it wasn't here, and it was not with Joe Orsino, which is interesting.
Yeah, and this horse, like I said, what is it, 61, 4 in a row?
Yeah,
sprinting on the Tapeta.
amazing.
And Mr. Narcissistic, he's, unbelievable on the Tapeta. So I'm curious. I thought that, yes, I Am Free, a 9-time winner on the turf, might be the one to beat in here. So as you did in my Rainbow Six,
Yeah.
I went deep. Do we have a replay? Or
Yeah,
something?
we do. Risa Rolex, but this was on the Tapeta. But maybe it'll be good just to show because he does draw the rail again today, Ron. And I know this is a different surface, but this was a really gutsy effort to be just nagged along the whole entire time by Rachel's coach, who, by the way, came back to win, as well as El Principito. This was early May, but to run like this from the rail, I know it's on the Tapeta, but this is just such a game horse.
Yeah, Tapeta, it's tough to win on the rail, as you know.
Yes.
And that horse he beat was even money that day. And as you mentioned, came back to win. So, yeah. And then, like I said, yes, I Am Free, just because it's a 9-time winner.
Yeah.
And I think at a $35,000 tag, Flores Cesares and Jose Morelos might be the way to go in that race. Interesting to see what happens later on this afternoon.
Yeah, if Yes I Am Free can sing his song, he'll be pretty live.
Oh, I like it.
All
I like
right.
it. She's stealing stuff from me right
I
now.
am. Okay, race number 7, maiden $25,000 on the Tapeta track, 5 furlongs is the distance here. We've got a rider change on the number 6. That's Roxy. Jonathan Ocasio will ride, like we mentioned. We'll have the Jockey Gold Cup at Saratoga in race 5, and White Abarrio will be ridden by Edgar Zayas. So cool.
Yeah, it's coming up soon, so we'll be rooting for him. It's
We
race
will.
5 up there. I think they started at 4 o'clock this morning.
It seems like it with 14 races. It feels like Pegasus Day. Okay, so we have Brian's late pick 4. We'll take a look at it. I'll let you your men brains work the same, so you figure this one out.
Well, he went. We've been talking about race number 7. It's tough. He's
Yep.
going deep. And in race number 8, he's got the 2 logical horses, your horse, and you got to go with the, mom's Martini.
Yes.
And then deep in race number 9 and last, he used the 7 and 8 like I did, but I'm not sold on this number 7 horse. I wish I could go on my ticket way deeper.
Yeah, it's one of those races is really what it seems like,
Yeah.
so I don't blame you there. But a $40 ticket, and Brian doesn't usually like to give out tickets like this, but
Yeah.
I think it's fair, especially in a spot like this, because this 7th race, he went 5 deep. It's wide open. You have the 6 Roxy. This is not your best bet. You said you lost your best bet.
No.
Okay, so Jonathan Ocasio.
No,
will
I
ride.
didn't lose my best
Oh, you
bet.
didn't?
It's
Oh.
later on, but
Oh, okay.
I used Roxy. He's turning back to 5 furlongs. Going to put blinkers on. He chased the pace. He finished second, going 5.5. Carlos David, as you mentioned, Jonathan Ocasio. Carlos David, you guys put a stat up yesterday in the morning show that he's 1 for 15 in his last 22 days. You would would never believe that.
No, you really
Till you
won
see
it.
it in print,
Yeah, and this weekend that number has added up too.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just some food for thought here. You've got the 2 in the mixed cash machine, a first-time starter for Safi Joseph and Raylu Gutierrez, who they've popped with first-time starters while Edgar was away.
Yeah. It's a daughter Frost debut as the connections, as you said, and I think you watch the tote here. You're
Yes.
starting the late pick 4. It's the beauty that you can watch the board and there. And I use Liz Love Shopping, just trying to buy a victory at the $25,000 level. So
Yes.
I don't know. But you went there. This your long shot? Yeah.
No, one moment is just I feel like she's a bit sneaky here. This is a 3-year-old, and in this race, maybe the works on paper, they look so good. And Bobby
Yeah.
DeBone is pretty sharp when he debuts one for attack.
Yeah, that worked 59-3. I'm just
pretty
looking
quick.
down there pretty quick, and here's where you watch the board.
Yes.
Here's where you're throwing that other
Right.
horse, and like Brian used a lot of horses.
Yeah.
And I think rightly so.
Well, Plum Irish and Derby Hangover, they tangled last time. I felt like Derby Hangover, Ron, did all of the tough work on the rail for the Dave Fox barn. And Plum Irish, who's the other Carlos David trainee, I think she just rode the coattails of what Derby Hangover did.
Yeah, they're going to put blinkers on Plum Irish this afternoon.
Yeah,
so.
maybe get her a bit more involved early. I don't know.
Yeah,
She's
just-
one that I don't trust too
Yeah,
much.
I have a fourth. So,
Yeah, but first off the claim, that's very dangerous for the Carlos David barn
Yeah.
here. But yeah, this race here, Derby Hangover ran a bang-up race just to be defeated. But that's okay. It was still a really good effort. I think that's the one that you want out of a spot like this.
Yeah, he's 32%, I believe, first
Yeah,
off the claim.
really
but
good.
Just the different angles here. He's so good, and then you show that stat
Right.
yesterday, and makes you think.
It does, yep. Maybe a good time to play against a barn that could be a little vulnerable
And,
right now.
thinking's not my strong suit.
Well, we know you don't tell anybody that one, but sometimes you have strikes of brilliance. Race number 8, allowance optional claimers. These are for the 3-year-old fillies, a mile and a 16th. Jonathan Ocasio will ride the number 3, Ma Justify. The 5, Missouri, is out. It's a field of 5 and what could be a little bit of a stakes race in its own, but Mom's Martini, boys, fillies, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She's on a 3-race win streak.
Yeah, around 2 turns, too, for Carlos David.
Yep.
He maybe gets a little tested for class
Oh,
this
yeah.
afternoon, stepping up. And as you mentioned, we watched Crafty Collector last time, so
Well,
show it.
Yeah, well, we'll show it. I couldn't show the whole entire thing, but there was more than just what we're going to show you. This was Crafty Collector going into the first turn here, and Ron, just on the Tapeta, you can't check like this, and you can see it coming here, and yeah, that's I know it doesn't seem that significant, but it is if you watch the whole race through, and then this horse made a huge move.
Yeah, maybe you moving. It's tough to go from the inside. He's in a good spot here. This is where the sweep and move is usually successful.
Yes.
But I thought he ran great at
Yeah.
that rate. Whatever. So I thought we.
And this
thought,
was in a stakes too.
Yeah, we thought it'd be. Yeah, but he was. He was 12-1 too that day. I believe it.
Yeah, we thought this horse would be closer on the lead, and,
Yeah,
and
that's
she
what
wasn't.
That was the Miss Gracie, right? I
Yes,
think, yeah.
yes. And today Edwin Gonzalez is aboard, who was on her 2 starts back when she won. Now, that was on the grass, but that was against older horses. So now she's back in with 3-year-olds again, and I think that helps.
Yeah, and I think both these horses are the major players. You had the 6th and 3rd. I had Annie Goodbody, another one. He's getting laces, break from the rail, hoping both adjustments help her close.
Yeah,
so.
that's what you're hoping
Yeah.
for, but definitely just a fringe
Yeah.
player. Race 9, optional claimers, a mile and 70 yards on the Tapeta track here, and the 8 Sugar Buzz is out. A couple of Jose D'Angelo runners in this race. I know you like one of them. That's Gifted by Design.
That's my best bet of the
Okay.
afternoon. I'll tell you, is dropping, returning to the all-weather Tapeta after coming within Atlanta, defeating those 35-starter optional claimers going a mile on the turf. I think this one's just a perfect trip behind the speed. And Jose D'Angelo, he's almost 25% with horses changing surfaces. So I just thought, for me, it was the trip. Of course, I used Corte Fuego, and then I thought that horse ran well, but I'm going with Gifted by Design.
I like it. There does look like there's some speed signed on here. I just wonder how quick they'll go to be able to set him
Yeah.
up. Dime Poppy, the 3 who you have later lower down,
Right.
and Corte Fuego did team up last time out, and we'll take a look at that. Now, Corte Fuego, this is the key to your 5 winning, because
Right.
Corte Fuego has got to
Yeah.
go in
Yeah,
a
he's
spot
gotta
like
go.
this. He did it last time. I thought that Dime Poppy ran a very sneaky good race in this spot to come, and now to come back on the Tapeta again, I think is so huge, because he's better on the Tapeta. I know you're supposed to win from there, but he got in his left lead,
Right.
and this is Sappy Joseph. It's hard to be like that. You can't miss an inch. You can't give him an inch.
No, according to the figure, it's never been beaten on the Tapeta,
I
right?
know.
2 for 2, so, you know,
Yeah.
you got to see that. And like, I used the inside horse in there. I thought maybe could run well. And that Seagan Viento is the son of B. Jersey. I'm not too familiar with that, sire. But steps up to face winners. I thought, you know, it's Jose D'Angelo. And like I mentioned, he's good with the surface switch. So, you know, the old adage of the longer price of the uncoupled entry. So we'll see how that plays
Doesn't
out.
that always happen? Yeah, that's not very fun when that happens. Now, the finale, it's a really, really competitive race. It is 2-year-old fillies, a mile on the turf course, and this could be a bit of a head scratcher here. These 2-year-olds stretching out, some of them debuting at the mile, which can be tough to do. We're on 66 feet are the rails. The 4 Lucky Berry will be ridden by Gilberto Figueroa here. And the 7 on top for you, Den Donna, like you said, the elusive $1 million sale.
$1 million sale, you know, half the 4 previous turf winners. That's good. Sappy Joseph Jr., you know, bullet work coming in, albeit on the mud. Yeah, you're supposed to run to the window, right? Knock people over to bet this horse, but I'm not totally sold.
Yeah, the family was good. This owner has purchased a few horses for hefty price tags, and they have not connected. Now, they've been close, but not connected. We'll look at the sales work, too, Ron.
Yeah.
Because when I first looked at this race, whenever I was just going through the sales works, I said, okay, this horse is all grass. And I didn't think Sappy was going to debut her on the grass, and she breezed 9 and 4. And if you're going to breeze 9 and 4, especially at this OBS April sale where I felt like the quality wasn't that good,
Right.
you're going to go for a price like this.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't pay that much money for a horse like this. If I had mythical money,
Right.
obviously I can't afford any of that, but. Yeah, I think this horse is vulnerable, and the 3 Brown Diamond for you at least has experience going 2 turns.
And going around 2 turns, as you mentioned. So that's exactly what I'm doing now. Good Magics, you know better than me. The turf there, you know, I'm not enamored by that. But,
No.
And Malibu Moon is mostly dirt on the bottom. But, hey, we'll see how that horse runs, and it's the old experience angle for me.
Yep.
Now, then, after watching the sales work, maybe I'm changing my mind a little bit. Yeah, that was a pretty good work to show. You know?
Yeah. She's nice, and she's got some class. You know, she's got a bottom under her. Safi with debuting on the turf 2 turns is not always a strong
Right.
suit, and that's why I went to the 5, Ron, who you have lower down.
Yeah.
But this filly, she needs all the ground that she can get. In her 5 furlong turf race 2 back, she was just slow to break and just kind of took a while to get the wheels going. And I put this is your life motto.
Right.
The ball moves too fast for her game.
Yeah, right.
That's about you right now.
Yeah,
huh?
exactly. So now this one is making her 4th start. So she's the most experienced
Exactly,
in the field with
yep.
all these first-time starters. Even though it's 2 turns, this horse can run well. I wasn't totally sold on the stretch out. I mean,
Right.
I would definitely use him on the super or try or something like
Yeah,
that.
and then the 8 Divine Secrets. What do you get with a horse like this? The siblings were good dirt sprinting, but the dam won on the grass. What do you do here?
Yeah, you know, not a good performance last time out, but it's Mark Cassie.
Yes.
He's really good second start. He's really good with guys. Horses going sprint the route. He's nicely bred, and you don't know what you're going to get in the second start.
Right,
So,
exactly.
Once again, it's why this race, to me, seems so wide open.
So wide open, yeah. And pardon me, it was a sibling that was our first time out winner on the grass, not the dam. But a very compelling race to get us out of this Sunday afternoon and close up this Royal Palm weekend of racing. And we've got our world famous lightning round. Like you say, they clamor to watch this thing. My mom watches it, actually. She likes lightning round.
Yeah, she likes the lightning. A lot of people like the lightning
A lot
round.
of
You
people
guys
like-
do a good job to put it together. You and what's that guy's name? Brian.
Yeah,
You know?
whoever he is. He might work one of these days. Whoosh. That was
That was good.
Speaking
that
of
horse.
lightning
Yeah.
round, lightning tones yesterday, and the Black Diamond Cat was really impressive.
Yeah, you could see he just made that really nice move. Just, you know,
Yep.
you didn't think this one was going to win
Nope.
until this point. Then
Yeah.
you said, oh, yeah, this one's going to win.
Yeah, and what's crazy is he was so late to switch his lead. It's hard for horses like this to come from out of it and win at the short stretch finish line, but he did, and what a cool horse now.
Yeah. And,
Very
Catalytic, who was in second now, the Hades just didn't run his race, but this, the Catalytic's a good horse.
Yeah.
Beat a good horse is
Yep.
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely. It's put some nice races together. Now, in about an hour or so, there's some star power up on in Saratoga. We've got White Barrio, we have Mindframe, and Sierra Leone in the Grade 1 Jockey Club Gold Cup. And what a race it is.
What a race, and Sierra Leone the Connection's got that rabbit in there,
Yes.
so we'll see how that plays out this afternoon. And it's great. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned a couple of times, our buddy Edgar, who just does such a great job here, who's going to win the
title.
jockey title
Yep.
here, pergets to ride White Barry. And this was, what a performance this
Yeah,
was. This was oh, wow.
It really
performance.
was. I'm going to try White Barrio one more time.
Right.
One more time. This is my
8 to
last
1?
try. I think he is 8-1. Yep. Sierra Leone, they're going to have to run to beat him.
Right.
But, hey, anything can happen. Very, very cool for the Connections to put Edgar on the horse, who had 3 wins at Saratoga, by the way, yesterday.
Yeah, did a great job, yeah.
Yeah.
And every one of them paid handsomely.
Yes, exactly. That's the truth. All right. Well, the Tropical Turf Pick 3 is back today. Regardless of what happens in the weather come race 4, 6, and 10 today. And like we said, it paid well yesterday.
Yeah, it paid great. It always pays well. Yeah, I saw it when they put it up. There was a couple, I think, of 2 out of 3s.
There
I don't know
were.
if I saw that a lot of times.
Yep, yeah, I know. It's pretty impressive. And tomorrow, or next weekend, pardon me, I'm trying to make the Florida Sire Stakes come early. Next weekend, we have the first leg of the Florida Sire Stakes. It's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting, and you can see it there. Dr. Fager and the Desert Vixen for the fillies, and we will have a podcast that's going to
Yes.
pop up on Wednesday, and it's going to feature mostly stuff about the Sire Stakes.
Yes.
It's been just a fun time, like you said. You're going
Yep.
from 6 to 7 to the mile and the 16.
Yeah, it's a fun progression and just cool horses. Of course, Mike Yates last year with Rated by Merit,
Yeah.
who was just awesome.
Yeah, he did. Mike
Now
did
in the barn of Chad Brown. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Not about interesting, but it's weird.
It is, yeah. It's very odd, but he is back in training, so we'll see what happens with him. He's, of course, our champion last year in these races. Your best bet today?
My best bet, as I mentioned, comes in race number 9 this afternoon, and I just thought Gifted by Design sits a perfect trip, so that's why I went with the 5.
All right, I like it. A lot of speed signed on. Mine is Crafty Collector in that short field in race number 8. Going to take a shot with a horse that has beat older horses. Turn the tables on Mom's Martini.
Yep.
Your long shot?
My long shot is early today in race number 2, and it's the number 7 Willingness 8-1. I just like the connections, how they've been going, and I
Yeah.
think this horse, it looks as good as anybody in the field.
Yep.
So take a little bit of a shot. Interesting to see if it takes some money.
Yeah, I'm interested too. It ran a really good race last time, and mine is in race number 5, the second time for Moral Agency on the main track. Ron, that's it for us today. A lot
That's
of
it?
fun. Well, not for today, for the morning.
Oh, for the morning? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were leaving. I thought we were going home or something like
You
that.
don't go home. You go next door. Just kidding. All right. Well, that's it for us. Brian Nato will be out for the opener. Pete Aiello will be upstairs with the scratches in the changes. Good luck today.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.